You know who I am?
Anything you say. Anything you say.
It's official.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Thomas back again with another rendition of Truth Be Told. Now, there wasn't anything really big going on except for the, Biden's trying to give more of our taxpayer money to Ukraine instead of taking care of his own country, the borders. The incident in Ohio, I hadn't even gone there. He don't care. The Democrats don't care about the American people. They never have. But anyways, he's trying to start World War III. He's pissing Putin off. So, I don't know. That's pretty scary that fucking he's doing that shit. And anyone who supports him, you're a fucking retard. Because you're literally advocating for World War III. But anyways, like I said, nothing other than that. The one thing I wanted to talk about this week was I just got done watching James Cameron's second Avatar, The Way of Water. Now basically, it's literally a rehash of the first movie. It really is. It's the same thing almost. Supposedly, Earth is, the resources on Earth has been used up. Humans have colonized space, and now they're an evil empire. So now they're going to come and take Avatar or the Pandora or whatever away from the natives. But anyways, they show up. In the military, the human military, it's all white people. Like, I don't remember seeing, I may be wrong, but I don't remember seeing any black people. Maybe in the background somewhere, but Asian or brown people. I didn't see anybody. All I saw was white people. And then, of course, there was only two females, the general and the other chick that was with the, the hunting party. But other than that, it was like, ooh, bad white people. They come to take your land, kind of bullshit. This time around, Sully decides to leave as chief of the tree people, the Triforce people, whatever you want to call them. And he takes his family, including the adopted daughter of Sigourney Weaver's character, whatever. Takes her with him. The young boy is the son of the colonel that they killed in the first movie, which they bring back by, cloning him in an avatar. So they sent him after Sully to track him down at the Way of Water. Of course, like I said, every human's bad. They're evil. They're all like this evil empire. They don't give a shit about anyone else but themselves. And I'm just like, get the fuck out of here. It's so dumb. But literally, instead of, learning how to, use the flyers and the horses and all that shit, now it's all aquatic animals. But it's literally the same thing as the first one. Instead of having a tree in the forest, you got a tree underwater. Same thing. It's all the same. The only big difference thing is they teach him how to breathe underwater. And the majority of the movie is about the kids being kids, you know, just, you know, fighting each other because they're different, they're part human, that kind of shit. The little boy that, you know, they pretty much adopted, that's the Colonel's son. He ends up being kidnapped by the Colonel, and, you know, he starts learning how his father really is, how bad evil he is, Anyways, it wasn't a bad movie. It was just the same as the first one, except for it's, you know, aquatic crap. Literally, it's the same thing. Well, okay, I take that back. In the first one, they were, you know, they've run out energy resources supposedly on Earth, and that's why they're in Pandora, is to get uranium or whatever the fuck it is. Always some fucking type of metal, isn't it? Or something like that. Anyway, they're there to get that energy resource. And this one, apparently, the whalers or whatever they are, the hunt, you know, the hunts like whales. I don't know what, I can't remember what the name of the creature is, but it's like a whale, sorta. Anyways, they hunt them, and then they kill them by draining fluids from their brain, which is like some type of youth elixir. It makes humans live longer, a lot longer. It expands the human, you know, life or whatever. So that's mainly why they hunt the water creatures. So it's kind of weird. They kind of doing both because it's part of an evil corporation. The military and the corporation now are. In this one, they're like tied together. So it's kind of strange. But anyways, it's same thing except for now it's water. It was okay. Wasn't horrible. Just some of the cliches and the whole, you know, political crap that James Cameron's trying to push in the movie. You know, the forget what that is. The analogies or whatever the fuck. It's kind of dumb, but whatever. Was it a good movie? It was alright. I didn't think it was horrible. I just kind of thought it was the same movie, except for what, like I said, with water. So, you know, 2 thumbs up. It was a decent flick. It wasn't horrible. I could have done without the politics in the movie. Seriously, it didn't need the politics. You know, these, you know, trying to make references, you know, to shit that's in politics. It's just, you know, like I said, the evil human empire is going to take their land because of the resources. Okay, whatever. Anyways, moving on. Let's get on to your B movie reviews. What's up, movie holics? This week is Horror Week. We got two old classics we're going to look at. Both are Wes Craven movie. In fact, I'll probably do the other two next time. There's 4 of them in the series. I've done the first 2 this week, and it's the Wishmaster series. The first one's done in 1997, and it made about 16 million worldwide. It starred Tammy Lauren and, of course, Andrew Duvall as the Wishmaster. At first, I wasn't really too keen on Andrew playing the Wishmaster at first, but he actually did all right. As the movie went along, I was like, okay, he's okay as the villain. So the movie's about the jinn, or what Western civilization took the genie, or the stories of the jinn from Eastern mythology, and made the genie, rub the lamp, grants 3 wishes. But in reality, the jinn is kind of considered this elemental force of fire or some shit in the East, and they're not nice. They're like demons. But anyways, there's a prophecy that they have to collect so many souls, power this crystal, and then he gives the person who woke or freed him 3 wishes, and it brings this prophecy of the jinn, the rest of the jinn, his kindred or whatever that's trapped in between worlds, can come into this world and rule it. And that's the whole premises, the plot. And Tammy Lauren plays the character who awakens him, and he goes around, he grants 1 wish to certain people, but it's not exactly what they're wishing for. He twists it so it turns into something that kills him. Once he's got enough souls, he collects them, and then he goes to her. He's like, you got 3 wishes, but she kind of outsmarts him with her last wish, which ends up putting him back in the crystal and trapping him again. And that's where we leave it off. You have other stars in this, like Robert Englund's in this. There's a couple others. It was alright, the acting was good and everything. The story wasn't too bad. The first one was just kind of, okay for me. It wasn't like the greatest, but it wasn't bad either. It's worth a one-time watch. I gave it a thumbs up and a thumbs down. Just because, it was okay, but it wasn't like great, for a horror flick. It was just decent. It wasn't bad and cheesy, real bad cheesy or anything like that, because the acting was decent. But it was just okay for me. Others might like it better. I just thought it was decent. Now we get on to the second one, Wishmaster 2, which it has a subtitle, Evil Never Dies. It was done in 1999, and of course Andrew Duvall reprises his role as the Wishmaster, and then you have Holly Fields, who plays the girl in this one. In this one, her and her boyfriend are robbing some bank or museum or some shit. She ends up busting the crystal and awakening the jinn. She kills this guard and then flees. But then later she finds out that this guy is taking the rap for the, the killing and the murdering and all that shit, and the stealing the artwork or whatever. And she's all like, what the fuck, why? I never even seen this guy, so she goes to find out who this guy is. Well, it's the Wishmaster, of course, and he's been collecting souls in the prison, which he later leaves and then goes to her and gets her to try to wish the 3 wishes. Now there's a priest involved too. He's like in love with the girl, blah blah blah, but regardless of that part, she, of course, she reads up, does her research on it, the whole thing, and she figures out a way to trick the Wishmaster with the last wish, and of course resets everything and traps him back into the crystal, and that's the end of the movie. The acting wasn't bad in this. You had decent B-rated actors. Almost all the actors were B-rated actors, but they were decent. They weren't horrible. Anyways, in the movie you have remember the big bald-headed black actor. His name is Tiny something. I can't remember. But he played Zeus on the wrestling movie with Hulk Hogan, and he played on Friday as the big dude that Ice Cube had to beat up or some shit at the end. I can't remember his actual name. It's Tiny something. He's known as Tiny something. Anyways, he's in there. And there's a couple other guys that you would recognize. But all in all, the movie was alright. I actually liked the second one a little bit better than I did the first one. The story was a little bit... And the Wishmaster actually gets a name. It's like Demetrius or some shit like that. I can't remember exactly the name. But like I said, I actually like the second one better than I did the first one. They went a little more into the background of the Wishmaster. I wish they'd do more. I'll have to see in the third and fourth one if they do more of a detailed background story on the Wishmaster, or the Jinn in particular. Anyways, I give this one 2 thumbs up. For a B movie, it was really good. For a B horror flick, it was pretty good. You just have to contend with a couple cliches from like the first one, like the whole, there's a scene where they're holding a party and someone wishes to see a bunch of wonders or some shit, and they do this scene where people are getting killed left and right at a big party or some shit, and they do this several times in both movies, and it's just it gets a little redundant. There is a couple things in this movie that kind of drove me nuts. Like the first one was this cop comes in the museum gallery when he first notices him, and he tells him to freeze, and he says, "Oh, did you say freeze?" And then he freezes him, like he turns into a block of ice. The cop does. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. They've got to wish it, and he didn't wish it. The cop didn't wish it, but he froze him anyway. So that didn't make any sense, because it's a rule. You can't do that. The other one was he needed like 800 more souls for the crystal, to imbue the crystal with power, before he could go to her and do her wishes. So he goes to a casino, and the guy says something about the casino, and he says something about the casino wishes them all luck or some shit. You know, something like that. So everybody starts winning big jackpots and shit like that. And I'm like, well, wait a minute, that's, you have to have individuals wish, not the casino. All them people didn't wish for anything. You know, he just said the casino wishes them to have luck, good luck. That's not the same thing. Them individuals have to wish, not the casino. So, because they didn't make any wishes. So that made no sense to me, you know, how he could do that. The writers kind of screwed up on a couple of things like that. But anyways, other than that, the movie wasn't bad. Like I said, 2 thumbs up. Check it out. Decent horror flick for a B-rated horror flick. Okay, that's all I have for you this week. If you have any thoughts about what I was talking about earlier in the video, please leave your thoughts down in the comment section down below. If you have any movies or underrated movies that you think I may never have seen or heard of and you want me to review them, please leave your suggestions down in the comment section down below, and I'll get to reviewing them as soon as I can. So until next time, I told you the truth, and you just been told.